my friends. I am Rick, and this is your seat at the table, and we are looking at McCarron's Armored Cavalry, Battletech installment 1669, and I'll clear off my little miniatures here. Got my Archer, and my Goliath, although looks like the cannon's seen better days. Battlemaster, my preferred battle mech, have my glory days. My Ryan, my Zeus, and my Locust, although the wing SRM pods have been broke off of it. It is what it is. What you can do. So we have McCarron's Armored Cavalry. Colonel Marcus Barton commands the 2nd Regiment of McCarron's Armored Cavalry, also known as Barton's Regiment. He's a man obsessed. He has waited 40 years to avenge his father's dishonor at the hands of Lester J. Otto. He blew his first chance, but he swears he will not make another mistake. He knows he will have a second chance at Marlette, etc., etc. McCarron's Armored Cavalry is a Battletech scenario pack which includes the unit's history, prominent members, and special equipment. Scenarios chronicle the campaign known as Otto's Last Stand. It can be used individually or as a campaign accumulating one of 3 different endings. Otto's Last Stand features deadly installations and a point-based system for customizing defending forces so that scenarios can be fought more than once and never be the same game twice. I purchased this in 1992 for $8. $8, right? You see that? And you see the $8 line, right? You'll never buy game material today for that, I can tell you that for damn sure. And you know it, unless it's a PDF, and then, well, this is not a PDF. PDFs are useful, but they look like shit on your shelf. I'm just saying. So we get introduction. McCarron's Armored Cavalry, formidable fighting force commanded by the Wally veteran Archibald McCarron. Drew a brilliant reputation early 31st century as the compelling Confederacy's primary mercenary unit. McCarron had little love for House Davion, his Leo employer's primary rival for hire in the inner sphere. His loathing for Davion was shared by Marcus Barton, one of McCarron's fiercest mech warriors, talented strategist. In 3015, Archie McCarron put Marcus Barton in command of Mac's 2nd Regiment, named it Barton's Regiment, right? So, of all the inner sphere, perhaps only a handful of truly vast, large mercenary commands out there with multiple regiments. There's a lot of ones with 1 regiment and 2 regiments, but there are very, very precious few that field 5. You know, Wolf's Dragoons come to mind, and the Big Mac as the 2nd one, so on and so forth. How to use the scenarios, running a campaign, final battle. McCarron's Armored Cavalry, a little bit of history. In the year 3044, at the end of the War of 3039, Hans Davion decided to upgrade his defenses along the border of Maximilian Leal's compelling Confederation, so on and so forth. History of Barton's Regiment. Barton's Regiment returns in 3016. Particular stats, Heart's Desire, Goodbye Burgoyne, History of Barton's Regiment. So this was an assault regiment. This is a regiment designed to go up against static defenses or really dug-in foes and dig them out, blast their way in. Everything's heavy or assault, a handful of mediums for reconnaissance and flanking maneuvers, lots of artillery and heavy infantry attached to the command. This is definitely one that gives it some punch. And so we have the TOE, 2nd Regiment of the McCarron's Armored Cavalry, Barton's Regiment, 1st Battalion, 2nd Battalion, 3rd Battalion. So we got Heavy Assault Company, Heavy Assault Company, Fire Support Assault Company, Heavy Assaults, Fire Support Recon, right? You just get the gist. This is a pounder. This is a unit that can go up against pretty much anybody and pound the bejesus out of them. Some nice artwork here from the 90s. Step up from the stuff from the 80s. Marcus Barton, various NPC characters that you can find in there. Ning Tai Liao, son of industrious Ming Sing Liao. Ning Tai is distantly related to the ruling family through marriage, etc., etc. Aline Blaze Parks, William Stiles, new equipment. DAV-S2 Devastator, Resurrected Starlink Design, Davion forces found the plans for his construction of Star League memory facility on the planet Hawk during enhanced Davion's disaster attempt to trick Takasi Kurita in 3023, etc., etc. A Star Slayer, the Spectre, Poe medium tank, Boeing jump bomber, some scenarios, some situation at Marlette. So basically, the bad guy and the good guy, depending which side you are, they got a grudge against each other, and they're gonna battle it out. And there's this planet that's set up as a fortified defense for the border with House Liao and Davion. House Davion pours a lot of resources into beefing up this fortress, basically trying to make it as impregnable as it can be. And for one reason or another, the Big Mac sent in to deal with it. They send Barton's regiment. Barton's regiment bloody blasts the thing to pieces at great cost to their own material, of course, but they succeed in taking it out. And then some years go by, and the fortress is rebuilt and supposed to be impervious. And once again, the Barton's regiment sent in to prove that's not going to fly. So that's basically how this boils down to the various scenarios and stuff for campaign for tabletop wargaming. Ring scenarios, Ring of Death, Defender. So we got a backstab, bunker, infantry bunker, primary missile hell, secondary missile hell, backstab bunker, CF 150, level 1 hex, contains 3 firewalled sections. First carries 2 AC-20s with 4 tons of ammo. Second carries 2 LRM-20s with 4 tons of ammo. Third carries 6 SRM-6s with 8 tons of ammo. All weapons fire in the same arc. A sensor-baffled bunker is built into the backside of a hill, facing away from the direction the expected enemy advance. In places visible 15 hexes further back, the advancing enemy passes the backstab bunker on its way to the visible emplacement, exposing their backs to it. Hence the term. So they get a really nasty surprise from behind. Mosquito Tower, the Death Gulch Command Bunker, Fire Mission Remote Missile Launcher, Punishment Bunker, Artillery. So CF-150, level 1, 2 hexes built with 6 firewalled sections. So we can fire all directions on a hex. The second, first 2 sections each mount 2 AC-20s. The second 2 sections mount 2 LRM-20s. The 5th section mounts 2 AC-10s. The 6th section mounts 2 SRM-2s with enough ammo with these things to go a long time before needing a refill. Situation in the Ring of Death. It's a real grudge match and a real grinding pounder. There's no getting around that. Victory conditions, so on and so forth. Aftermath. Another kick in the wall. Scenario 14. Bart's Folly. Great. Improvements in Fortress Burgoyne surprise Marcus Barton has lost precious time fighting through the bewildering array of defenses positions covering the fortress approaches. It had taken 3 assaults to punch through the outer 2 defense walls. Max Aerospace Fighters has finally defeated Marlette Gerald's defenses, blasting flat most of the Inner Citadel's upper works. Barton marched into the parade ground in front of the ruins with the rest of his command lance and the Thunderbolt from the 1st Battalion. Barton's voice boomed over his mech's external speaker. Blah, blah, blah. So we got city map has 10 ruined buildings and 4 with 2 stories intact, 1 light building, 1 medium building, 1 heavy building, and 1 hardened building. 2, attacker may only exit off the west edge of the map. So basically the concept is you enter from one side and you fight your way through and you win if you get off the other side. Victory conditions, or etc., etc. So it's a nice little addition. Gives us some more information on a very potent and interesting and colorful mercenary command, McCarron's Armored Cavalry, specifically the 2nd Regiment. It's a great little book, and I don't know if you can get PDF versions of this. Good luck finding it, the actual published version. Till next time, this is Rick, and you guys have a great weekend.